Hello, I'm Mario Anderson, and welcome into In Focus Kentucky, where each week we take a look at issues that matter to you right here in the Bluegrass State, and we'll talk with the lawmakers, community organizers, and people like you who help shape those policies. On today's show, we are continuing with our summer and fall tourism opportunities in Kentucky series, and we are broadcasting from the beautiful Natural Bridge State Park in Slade, Kentucky. And we are focusing in on Kentucky State Parks, where there's truly something for everyone. Wherever you travel in the Bluegrass State, you are never far from one of 49 Kentucky State Parks, which includes 17 full-service Kentucky resort parks, which is more than any other state in the nation. And from mountain lakes to caves to forests out in the wildlife, if you want to experience the state parks, you have plenty of parks to choose from, as they are all within an hour's drive of each other. Later, we'll travel to the Red River Gorge to learn about what some people call the most thrilling zip line Kentucky has to offer. But first, we head to Lake Cumberland, where the kickoff of the brand new Kentucky State Parks Culinary Trail launched earlier this spring, where restaurants at 9 Kentucky State Parks are offering a special regional meal celebrating the traditional dishes and culinary heritage of our state. Kentucky's Department of Tourism rolled out a brand new initiative earlier this spring called Better in the Bluegrass, a culinary trail that highlights some of Kentucky's signature dishes at 9 state parks.
We have developed over the last probably, good 6 months, 9 regional meals that tell the story of Kentucky through our producers, our farmers, the products we make, and those great dishes that we put on our own kitchen tables and are served at our restaurants. So we have different flavors and tastes through all of Kentucky, north, south, east to west.
Branscombe says that each regional meal is cooked using local ingredients so that visitors will be able to have an authentic taste of the bluegrass.
So it's very important to get people traveling to Kentucky just for the culinary offerings, but also to maybe extend their trip. So there's some fried fruit pies that are on the regional meals. So we'd like for you to have that fruit pie here at one of our state parks or one of our restaurants in different communities, and then maybe go to that orchard and pick your own apples or peaches and then take that home. So it's just really extending our tourism assets and giving people more opportunities to stay here longer.
Each of these signature meals will be offered through the end of October. People who take part in the program will receive a culinary passport that is stamped at the parks after each visit. And the Kentucky Department of Tourism says if you collect all 9 stamps, you are eligible to receive a prize.
So we want people to really think about Kentucky as that culinary destination, and it's more than just fried chicken. Everybody knows Kentucky Fried Chicken, which we have, but get outside of maybe the hot brown, the Benedictine, and experience the entire state through what we're serving on the dinner table.
And joining me to talk more about Kentucky State Parks is Rob Richards, Deputy Commissioner of the Kentucky State Parks. Thanks so much for joining us here on In Focus Kentucky.
Well, thanks for having me on here, and welcome to lovely Natural Bridge.
Absolutely. I've been here a few years ago, but happy to be back here and taking in all the literally sights and sounds of this nice state park.
Yeah, we got a nice summer hot day here by Mill Creek.
And so we are here at Mill Creek Lake, but we're right in the elements of Natural Bridge State Parks, which is one of 49 state parks in Kentucky. So talk about that and just how that just makes Kentucky pretty unique.
Yes. Natural Bridge being located about 45 minutes from Lexington. It is one of our 17 resort parks, which resort parks means it offers overnight accommodations. We have a food, dining, and we have all kinds of recreational activities, swimming, a lot of hiking, and of course the hike up to the bridge. If you've not done that, I'd encourage you doing that.
And what is it that makes Kentucky unique compared to other state parks across the country?
Yeah, we are the #1 in total number of resort parks of any state park system. We rank 4th in overall revenue. So we have a lot of avenues that we bring in revenue to the state. And from the state being so diverse, you know, with the parks being in the east, and there's a lot more of a recreational from a hiking standpoint. Then in the south, we have a lot of boating. And in the west, we have boating, but we have also intermingled with a lot of golf. And with 17 overnight places to have stays and joining with the families, I think any part of the state you go, you'll get a great experience.
And most people, they may not be truly aware of the difference between a state park versus a resort park.
Sure.
So kind of explain that to us as well for our viewers.
Sure. As I mentioned, a resort park, with there being 17, has overnight accommodations of cottages, and we also have lodges, and they all have food service opportunities. And then we have the recreational parks, and then we have some historical sites. The recreational parks usually have camping. They will have, a lot of times we'll have a golf course, a lot to do with more of the day use. They'll have ramps for the boaters. And then we have our historical sites. Some of the more famous ones, my Old Kentucky Home. In the Lexington area, we have Waveland, and in Richmond, we have Whitehall. So we have a lot of the historical aspects as well.
Coming up, more with the Deputy Commissioner of Kentucky State Parks, Rob Richards, next on In Focus Kentucky.